I've spoken to Leon, who's desperate to play some part in the next two games.
Yeah, so big up to the people, coming back here for the second time of the day. I want to discuss this. I know this have been going around with Leonbailey and Steve McLaren talking about that might be a possibility of Leonbailey return for the second game after he got injured, in the he got injured. The build up of the Europa League game playing, the team was about to travel away, to Rangers to travel, in Scotland, but he got injured. They didn't finish the training session. I think it was late Tuesday night as well, which the team was going to travel the next morning, but he didn't finish, and he pulled a muscle, but what I'm getting, it's not a serious injury, and then you have painkiller, you have stuff like that. But reading, from the Roma press where it says Bailey to return for the match against Cremonese, and I think that will be right after the international break. Roma are hoping for the international break to allow some players to recover from their respective injuries. Leon Bailey is among those who have been sidelined at the infirmary in recent weeks. However, his condition seems to be improving. According to La Gazzetta dello Sport, the hamstring injury should not prevent him from being available for the match against Cremonese after the break. So it's nothing. It seems like it's not a serious injury, but why is it Steve McLaren is trying to gas up these Reggae Boys fans about there might be a possibility of Leonbailey to return and play the Curacao game? Like, all right, come on, let's be real. He was out for more than 50 plus days, yeah, before he kicked a ball for AS Roma. Fine, he came back. He played 4 games in the league, 1 game in Europe. He started just 1 league game so far. Just 1 game in his Roma career he have started so far, and that was away to Sassuolo, and that was a very good display of someone that is still finding his rhythm, someone that was still finding a bit of fitness, and just to trying to get as close as possible in tune with the Roma system and the formation of the new coach Gasparini. And in the Italian game it is just a different game from the English game, so he's learning a new way at this moment. But for someone that was struggling to find his match fitness over the last 4 to 5 games in his on his return back from injury, okay, it's not a big issue. Seems like this is like a little muscle tweak that he picked up in training. And why is it that we are trying to say, okay, Leonbailey might possibly return? What about the other player that is fully fit? What about a Trevante Stewart? What about someone else that who is fully fit, who is playing games? What about another midfielder that someone that can help to beef up this squad? You understand? Beef up this midfield and add a little bit of a extra bit of quality in the midfield department. You understand? You have Tyrese Hall, saw him, got featured, on TVJ Sports, yesterday after scoring. I think he got featured yesterday as well on TVJ. No, he got featured on TVJ Sports News on Monday after scoring on Monday away to Cheltenham in League One, in the League Two game as well. He's there, you have Daniel Johnson is there. You might possibly have a local player that you could bring in. You have players that like from the USL, Kevin Lambert is there. So you have players from every walks a lumber around the world that can really fit in. And I'm going to say like, no. This is a big no of trying to get back a Leonbailey. He can't even recover fully as yet to be fully match fit for Roma over the last month that he was available for. Couldn't even be 100% ready. Yes, the injury would have healed, but to be right up to standard, the stamina, the energy, where he can play a fully intense game, a full 90 minutes, going back and forth like a basketball game on that court. Couldn't do that. And then no, we trying to see if we could just force him in. Nah, I think bringing back Leonbailey will mean no good to him. I think that will mean no good to Leonbailey at this moment. I think what Bailey body really needs more at this moment. Yeah, I could understand World Cup is on the line and players are eager. Players want to be a part of history. Players want to be in Jamaica to celebrate as well, because it's going to be a historic month and it's a big moment at this time to be a reggae boy fan. It's a big moment at this time to be a reggae boy player, a reggae boy coach, or just to align yourself, with the national team. You understand? It's just a big moment. If you don't feel happy about the situation at this moment, then I don't know if there's any blood running through your stream at this moment. So best possible scenario for Leonbailey at this moment is to stay in Rome and rest his body, try to get the best possible treatment and make sure that body recover fully, and try to learn the Gasparino way on the training ground. Yeah, I think Bailey need a lot of work on the training ground. I think he need a lot of work, physically, to get back up to his speed, as he was getting back to full fitness, but here goes the injury again. So more likely it seems like we're not going to see the real best of Leonbailey until really 2026, the start of the new year, coming January. He's going to take his time, still trying to understand and, get climatized to the whole Italian, situation, the atmosphere, everything, climatized to the weather. I know it's a little bit warmer in Italy than in England as well, especially Birmingham. So, still getting acclimatized to everything. So I just think like, Steve McLaren, man, it's a diabolical move, man, to really, he's been I think he's just gassing up the fans them are trying to make us have a feel-good moment. Yes, Leonbailey have a massive fan base in Jamaica, but Leonbailey don't need this at this moment. If you love Leonbailey, if you want to see him strive, if you want to see him perform at the highest level in a Roma shirt, if you want him to save his career, be on the market for a next big giant club in Europe, give him the time off. Let him rest. Let him recuperate. Let him sit in his sofa and watching the Reggae Boys team play. Let him build back that hunger in him where, he's coming back to the national team and say, okay, my team have done very well in the November window and qualify for the World Cup. How am I going to get back myself to the full fitness of my body health-wise, and how I can start to get back on the pitch and improve my stat sheet, improve your game, week by week, match day after match day. How I can improve myself in training, how I can improve myself, in the gym, doing strength work. These are the things that Bailey should focus on at this moment and let him build up back this hunger in him. They understand to come. It shouldn't be a guarantee to put on that black, green, and gold shirt. That shirt, the black, green, and gold shirt, should mean, a lot to a player. So it shouldn't be a guarantee that a player who is not fully fit want to come and fight war for the national team. No Sankey, no sing so. No Sankey, no sing like that. Stay at your club. Yeah? It's one, when you are playing for your club team and getting minutes, that's good. Another one, it's another situation when you are injured or you're just coming back after injury where you was injured for the last 2 months and then played for a month and then gone back in the treatment room and want to come and fight a World Cup war. This game for the national team against Trinidad, yeah, and also Curacao, it's like a World War III we're going to create. It's like a World War III going to create in the Caribbean. The Caribbean two powerhouse giants are going head to head. No, cannot afford a player who is unhealthy, who is not going to be ready to come and fight war. Yes, you have painkiller. Yes, you can get injection and remove the pain and it numb your body. But what will happen after? How long will you out for after the international break? You might potentially, cast yourself in the treatment room to be out for months, tear up the muscle. You understand? So it's a no-no for Leonbailey. So that's all I have to say. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section. Should a Leonbailey return to the national team if it is possible that he recovered from that muscle strain that he picked up in training. They build up, for AS Roma versus Rangers in Glasgow. So people, that's what I have to say, Ciao, ciao. Bless up.